Okay, this is a quick demo of capturing information, pieces of information from Amazon website of its product. I will be using this Skull Candy Crusher Evo as an example, and I will be using Python language using Google Colab. First, we start with importing a bunch of libraries. The BS4 Beautiful Soup request will be used to scrape the data, capture the data. Time and daytime are for me, so I know when I gather the data. The familiar pandas and NumPy. I don't think I will be using NumPy in this, but it's nice to have this library. CSV to create the CSV file, SMTP, lib, MIME text, and all these are used to create an email uh, and just format it and send the email using a bit of understandable formatting. Then I create a URL variable to store the URL for this website, and this page gets a response from this website to know that the website is working or not. Then I create a soup1 and soup2 variables using beautiful soup function, page.content, and HTML parser as the language. And then I print the soup2 variable, which has just a bit of better formatting using the prettify function, but it could be still difficult to understand. But way to verify that we are going on the same, capturing the right kind of data, we will just try to have a look into this output and see if we could recognize familiar things. Skull Candy Crusher, that's immediately a familiar thing. And you could also verify this using inspect over here and trying to just look through the data and see if it matches what we are gathering over there, which it usually does. So moving on, to capture the title, I will use this line of code, and this is the ID product title. How did I know this ID? I just visited back to this website, used inspect, and then this function uh, to select an element in the page and see its subsequent line of HTML code on its inspection window. So I hover my mouse over here and then just click it. This showed me ID title, and if I have a more look into it, it shows me ID equal to product title. Here I just uh, use that to store its variable, and text strip uh, removes the extra spaces or any other title tags from the line of code when capturing this data. And another way is to use this method. Both work correctly. I think I will be using the title2 variable I had because it has just a bit of better formatting. You see, it doesn't have the quote over here, single quotation marks. Same goes for finding the price variable. I use the class tag this time, and then I printed it, but it gives me a bit of messed up formatting. Uh, this is another way of finding the price variable, and is just listing all the tags on this page that had the class a dash price whole and within the span tag. And then I will be using this information to find the right to store the right price into a variable. First one is 95 and the second one is 99. If I visit back to the page, I know 99 is correct value, so I'll be targeting this value somehow. How I will do that? In the next line of code, I just use the same pieces of code, and then I use the mention this one over here. So the indexing starts at from 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. So number 1 is actually the second position, so it will be capturing the value from the second position, which is 99. Now the storing the date time of right now in a today variable. Uh, Header and data, these are used to create the CSV file. The header would be title, price, and date. Data would be the title2 variable, price, and today that I just created today over here. Title2 I mentioned earlier, and price is this one which is stored over here. Now this piece of code creates a CSV file. Now the W tells it that it has to be created in a write function. So you have to write the new data, and the new line does mention that to create a new line but not to enter any empty spaces, and the encoding is UTF-8. These are to create these lines of code are to create the header and the data and enter the data into it. Now to append the data, that when we have a new um, row of code, we will use these lines to append. This is the A plus, and this was W A plus. Append this new data. The W creates a new file. So okay, so then I actually ran the code 2 times before this video. That's why it shows me 2 entries over here. No, the first entry was to create the file. The first entry is from that created the file. The second entry is from appending the line. Okay, so for automation, that is, it captures the data at after a certain time has passed. This would be helpful on a Black Friday sale, where the prices changes. Every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It could be as low as 1 second, or it could be as high as 24 hours, and it's up to you. If you choose 24 hours, you have to keep running this code in the background. Make sure it keeps running so it captures the data for as long as the code is active. So I create a check price function, which is just a bunch of code that I wrote earlier in a function, and then I write a loop so it keeps on capturing the data. I put one over here, so it captures the data every second. So just so I could have bunch of values in this CSV file. When I ran it and then I interrupted it using the keyboard interrupt, there were 8 total values. First we had 2 values, now we have 8 total values. With that, I created another bunch of code to send me an email. I had stored my email, and I put the receiver email as the same one, and also I have my password over here somewhere, I think, which I replaced it over here at server.login. The password is over here. I have stored it in the password variable. I'm not gonna show my email or my password. Okay, so when I run this code, it just sends me a notification that the price has dropped below a certain value. I don't think I've mentioned over here. Check the condition that the price has dropped, but this is how the email has to be sent, and you could write your condition in it. Check the condition over here, like if if price price is less than, say, it drops below 95, then we are not gonna do today because I have not the condition for it. It's just for demonstration purposes, not complete code activated to take the time to take time that we could create in another video. And for that I will have to store all of this into say a function name, like send me email, and then I could write all this piece of right now what I can do is show you that I do receive an email, and let me just this is my email. I don't have any unread email in my primary category, and we are unread. Now when I run this code I get email sent output, and over here I have received an email, so I could use it when the price drops a certain threshold. And right, when I was writing this piece of code, there was one more thing that I had to do: float dot price, because the price is being stored as an integer in my CSV file. So to convert, first I have to convert it into float, and then check for the condition. So I think that's it for this video, and thank you.